Hello. It's been a while since I recorded for Primordial Flows, and we're getting back into it. And tuning into the energies here for the collective and the collective that's here with Primordial Flows. It's an energy, spiritual energy journey to connect you with your primordial flows, the origins and essence of our beings, and the life, the eternal essence that emerges from source and returns to it. This eternal essence that we all are, the womb of our consciousness, of the cosmos, of our wombs, no matter what gender role you are. So tuning in here, as I tune in, I invite you to connect with your breath, if that's accessible. If it's not, then just noticing the earth that holds you, that holds us. I'm seeing like a flame or sparks rising from the core of the earth up through our beings. And so maybe you're feeling lit up lately. Maybe you're feeling these sparks illuminate you from within. And it feels like kind of like this sparking, like jumping energy, like there's these like pulses from below. There's something coming through. It was like maybe something broke. Maybe you're trying to keep everything together, or maybe you're trying to keep the world blocked out in some way, and something broke, and life, the light of life is pouring through, and a part of you, this small little part of you, this little branch is like reaching out, feeling the nourishment of this light, life pouring through. And you're remembering what that feels like. What it feels like to just be seen and accepted for exactly who, what, where, when you are, however you are. And celebrated. and appreciated for as you are within the conditions you are moving within. And then just feeling that relief. It's like I'm feeling this sense of like heaviness and exhaustion and collapse, but also this relief in knowing that this is here. It's almost like climbing to the top of a mountain and then finally reaching the top, and there's like food and water and people there who cherish you and your gifts, and it feels like it was all worth it. Like everything you've been through was worth it. And in this collapse, it's like, it feels like safe enough to let your guard down. And it also feels like not expecting the same things out of other people, not expecting them like the same things that you maybe were in the past, like not expecting them to be someone they're not, in the same way that they don't expect you to be someone that you're not, which may seem really simple, and in practice, what does this mean for our lives? To accept someone and let that inform how you interact with them, instead of trying to make them interact with you in a way that they're not willing to or able to. I do feel this exhaustion and collapse, and this softness. Maybe you can hear it in my voice, this like softness. Excuse me, like these whispers. Knowing that you're safe enough to rest. You're safe enough to let this golden light fill you and pour down through the top of your head, filling your entire being. Especially going into your womb space and filling there. There is another part of that, accepting others. It was something else that I didn't quite get to. Let's just let this golden light glow within us for a moment. Yes, it came back. That feeling, instead of like that kind of despair maybe you had climbing up the mountain, like no one's ever gonna see me or appreciate me, and what am I doing this for? I don't know if that's what you thought, but just looking for that, searching for a sense of belonging. And then realizing that there's a different dynamic that you're stepping into when you enter a space. You are entering as a gift, as medicine, as your presence as medicine. Maybe you had resentments before, because you were wanting something from interactions, but the dynamic is shifting where your presence is medicine and it is a gift. And when you show up with that gift, you are able to receive the beauty in everyone or everything. I'm feeling this like rumbling, like earth rumbling or cloud or storm rumbling, and feeling my feet start to fall asleep. And feeling this kind of resistance to what I just said around receiving the beauty in others and everyone. Because I don't want to be like blanket positivity. Because I'm thinking of people in the world who are causing so much harm. But I think if we really can understand ourselves, then we can really understand other people and where they're coming from. If we can understand our own anger and shadows, then we can understand people causing the greatest harms. And we might not be able to directly impact them, or maybe we can, but energetically, I think we can. And it's these subtle internal shifts that we're working with in primordial flows. We're tending to those life flows within our beings that can get stagnant with resentment. So let's bring some flow to those areas. I specifically am feeling like in this moment the energy from my armpits, like down the sides to my hips, brushing that energy down. That's what I feel is moving within me. You might notice what is moving within you, and if you want to trace those movements with your hands. Noticing your own energies of flow and stagnancy, and things that I think trigger us over and over again are there to show us where we need some more flow. Like if there's a dynamic with your boss or somebody you know that just, or even not even the same person, just the similar patterns happening over and over. How is that a reflection of your inner psyche mandala? That's a term that Nityananda uses. The leader of Kailasa, a Hindu guru, he calls it the mandala of your psyche. All phenomena happening in your life, in our lives, is a reflection of internal dynamics. Maybe that's a spiritual concept that we hear and know about, and yet there are ways to deepen into that process of reflection and insight. I'm feeling now dropping into any internal visuals, imagery that I'm receiving. And now I feel this gentle stream of light curving down from my crown down through my being like a snake, down into the earth, into the cosmos. I don't really see a head or tail. It's just this curling, softly curling beam of light, traveling downwards, fragmenting, branching out. Seems like it's branching out and around in like a sphere. It seems like it's around some sort of invisible planet. Not all the way around, just over the top of it. Maybe this is like, now I'm getting up and I'm moving away from this black circle mandala I was sitting in, which maybe feels like the inverse of this imagery of the light beams curling and branching downward. Something like around this energy branching downward. But then landing over the top of an invisible planet. So there's something about an inversion of life feels connected to trees, and as things branch down, root down, they also grow up. But this sphere, another planet, seems like it's another world or another paradigm that you're stepping into, and it's like as you maybe leave an oppressive paradigm and start to grow into, birth more from a liberated paradigm, yeah, it's like the more you root down, the more we root down into our beings, into the earth, the more that this new paradigm will like grow and be seen. The more we tune into that. And so maybe that's the inversion. Like if we're used to being validated through the material world and having things reflected back to us that way, that's not how we're gonna birth this new or ancient paradigm or eternal paradigm of liberation. It's through rooting and down into our beings, rooting down into the earth, and then down into, it's like our umbilical cord or something. It's like traveling from the sun through our head to through our being to the earth, and then the earth being tethered to the womb of the cosmos. And then, so the more we tend to our roots, the more that our cosmic branches will materialize, and the more that we'll see. Okay. What a beautiful message. What a beautiful imagery. Yeah. What does it feel like to speak from our roots? To feel, to move from our roots, from every single interaction, to be informed by our roots. How does that feel? How does that sound? How does that resonate with the feet? Can you feel this in your feet? If you want to just make that sound with me, the sound of our feet, if you can feel into that, if your brain was in your feet, how would that feel? Okay. Moving towards our close together today, or for this recording. Even if you're not in a place where you can make a sound, even just imagining it, imagining the sound in your mind. If you can hear the sound in your feet and just witness that and be present with that. And if you need to rest, please rest and take care. You've reached this mountain, the top of this mountain. You worked so hard. You've stayed true. And congratulations. Thank you for meeting our beautiful soul together in this oneness, in this multiplicity. Until next time.